Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I will be painting a portrait with gouache paint, and this is actually my first time ever painting a portrait with this paint. So this is how it turned out and I'll show you the process. So the gouache I'm using in this video is the Himi or Maya jelly gouache set that comes in these little jelly-like cups. And if you don't know what gouache is, it's usually described as opaque watercolors because when they're out of the tube or out of the cup in this instance, their consistency is like acrylics, but when you mix water with them, their consistency is like watercolors, but unlike watercolors, they stay opaque like acrylics, and that's a feature I thought was really cool, and that's why I was so interested into trying these paints. I did a lot of research about this paint before using it, so when I used it, I basically knew how to use it, so that made it easier.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The paint set is already open because I have already tested the paints out prior to making this portrait. You can see some of the paints are already starting to get dry, even though they've only been open for a few days. But when they dry out, you can just apply water to them and they'll go back to their normal consistency. I tested them out on a test painting that did not turn out well. It was very muddy and I just didn't like it. So this is the new painting that I'm going to try. You first start the painting out with a wash, which is just when the paint is heavily mixed with water, so it's very thin and transparent. This is the first layer of the painting. Then I put the skin color on top of the wash, and the paint I used for the skin color I mixed a little thicker than the wash. Then I painted the skin color again because the other layer didn't show too well. Then I realized I had too much paint, so I tried to wipe it off. When I came back to the painting a while later, I saw a lot of things that I wanted to fix. The face looked very desaturated like my test painting, and it was because I mixed the skin color with a lot of brown, and that caused the result to be very desaturated. So you have to be careful when mixing these paints, because mixing certain paints together can get a very desaturated result. I was able to use the desaturated colors to my advantage in the end because they made the hair look very nice.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
By this time, the paints have been open for a week, and I realized that they were drying even more. So I think it's best to spray them every other week or every week with water so that they don't get too dried out. But I heard that adding too much water can make them mold eventually.
One, two, three, four.
I was rendering the hands, I realized that red was the color that I should have used to outline things instead of brown. So from there I was able to fix a lot of things in the painting. When I painted the clothes, I did not mix much water in the paint, and at one point I did not have any water at all in the paint, and it was very hard to spread the paint around, so I don't recommend doing that. You should always mix at least some water in your paint. But with acrylics, you mainly never use any water, but you can't do that with gouache and watercolor, of course. So this is the finished product. I did use Posca pens to outline the painting and add finishing details. And I usually don't paint much, but I really enjoyed using gouache, and I'm looking forward to making paintings with it again.